Schadenfreude about this Titanic sub is definitely striking. Like it's worth examining the sociological implications of that everyone got so gleeful at the idea of these billionaires, imploding in a sub at the bottom of the ocean. I don't think people would have talked like that even 10 years ago. Like that would have just been so beyond the pale to talk that way about people who are like dying in a sub, or even millionaires. Like that kind of absolute French Revolution kind of hatred of the rich was just not a common point of view. That was something that you only saw on the leftiest of the left. Like that was just not a very common view. And almost as soon as this happened, the Orcas will take it from here kind of meme started spreading around. I don't know. And it's at the exact same time that everyone is, not to give any credit to the Atlantic writer, but yeah, sure, people are anthropomorphizing these orcas into class fighters. Because
they're fighting, the people aren't doing anything. So
the ocean is like, all right, we got to do this ourselves.
We'll do it. You guys can't even fucking organize an Amazon warehouse. Jesus Christ.
The thing about climate change is sea level rise and the heating of the oceans. These guys are dying. So their attitude is, maybe if we bump off a few of these guys, they'll get the message.
Right, get out of here.
You know what you're saying, Russ? When the mob has to send a message, first it's a broken window, then it's a broken leg, and then it's a broken neck. So at some point, you're going to get the message. Am I right?
Yeah. So they're working their way up to it.
Yeah.
They're working their way up to mobilizing the land sharks.
My thoughts, this is the thing that I found really interesting about it, is at the same time that this is going on with the billionaires at the bottom of the Atlantic, and my attitude, I had a very Seinfeld, that's a shame, of response, was very much, but that's the same time that there's like 700
Libyan migrants,
refugees that have capsized or near Greece. Yeah. And it's like, yes, I am infinitely more concerned about those people. Yeah, I am. I'm infinitely more concerned with those people than somebody who paid $250,000 a head to go to the bottom of the ocean. And if somebody, honestly, that $250,000, I could just think of a lot of better things. So no, I don't really give a fuck about anybody sitting at the bottom of the ocean who paid $250,000 to be there.
What makes this story even worse is the fact that there were massive warnings about doing this, and they were like, we're doing it anyway. But if this was a case where they were just rich guys paying for the VIP treatment, that would be one thing, and it's sad, but this is completely different. They were like, we're throwing caution to the wind. Whatever happens, happens. Well, you paid for it with your life, and someone, I think on the news was saying a little earlier, you wonder, with all of the exploitation that a billionaire has to do throughout their life, what they're thinking to themselves as they are slowly but surely watching their entire world end in slow motion. It's,
I don't know, man. I mean, the Xbox game controller wasn't a hint. As soon as I saw that, I'd be I'm not being funny.
No, I understand.
I'm serious.
No, I understand, serious. But it is funny.
That's really what they were using.
No, I know, but it is funny. Yeah.
I mean, that's not a hint for you when you see them with the little thing with the arrows. Like, how could you get on that fucking thing?
Go to the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Go to the bottom of the ocean.
Feet down. You know what lives in the bottom of the ocean? You ever see these creatures? I mean, horrible.
The fuck haven't you seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Come on, that's like a snack for them. They had a thing they were showing on the video from some store called Campway. They're like, oh yeah, this is from Campway. Get the fuck out of here, man.
No, the ocean is not a user-friendly. I went on a snorkeling trip off the coast. I think it was Florida. And, they have, they hand you like one of these underwater cameras. You can go take the pictures and they drive you, 5 miles out into sea. You're surrounded by water. I mean, I did not like it. I did not like and on the boat, you have these pictures that some of the tourists have taken. And there are these pictures of these 6-foot barracudas right, that are in the water. Yeah. And I'm getting a little nervous about swimming next to a barracuda. So one of the people, thankfully, kind of raises their hand and they ask the tour guide, they say, how do we know the barracuda is not going to come at us? I mean, these are like predators, right? And the guy says, well, they won't bother you unless they think you're a fish. And I'm like, well, that's not very reassuring. How do I know whether I look like a fish to a barracuda? Maybe they think, like, what does that mean? They'll only come at you if they think you're a fish. That's reassuring? I'm supposed to be comforted by that? How the hell do I know? You know, so it's not a user-friendly place. And that's on the surface level, you know, near the reef or whatever. 13,000 feet down, my kids are into animals. They love animals. So we've been, you know, they got into ocean life. And like, you see these creatures down there. It's another world down there. I mean, it's literally another world. It's an unexplored place, you know. I'm not convinced they didn't get swallowed by something.
We know more about outer space than we do. We know more about outer space than we do about what's at the depth in the ocean.
Yeah, of course.
And I remember, and this was very weird. I don't know if any of you saw The Abyss. I mean, I saw it in the theaters, and I actually ended up having like a really weird kind of like hallucinogenic flashback in that movie. Yeah. But when he goes really, really, really deep, it's like a whole other world. Like in my mind, that exists, and we're just too stupid to find it.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's really wild. I mean, you never know. I mean, you're talking about almost 3 miles under the surface of the ocean.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, they're never, they don't even have the equipment. This is what was kind of almost tragic, and it's human nature. You know, they're looking for them, but they don't have the equipment to actually recover them anyway. Like the stuff that they have is rated to, I think, 4,000 pounds. This thing is 20,000 pounds. Like, even if they did find them, they don't have what they need to get them out. It's almost like human nature. Like, you have to feel like you're doing something. But you know, to say you tried, but in the end, I mean, even if they did find them, they're not getting them out of there.
This is why I always said we should put a drain at the bottom of the ocean. So in case this happens, we just drain the water out.
Pull the plug.
And pull the plug. The water drains out and we find them. No problem. What's wrong with that? Ron DeSanctimonious says that's a stupid idea. Guess he doesn't care about the divers.
Well,
I will tell you, Keaton, that diving is I think less kind of threatening than snorkeling. Snorkelers look more like floppy fish on the surface than divers look when they're underwater. So like you have a better chance of a snorkeler, like a surfer, getting bit by something.
That's what I thought.
Like when I've seen sharks under diving, you can never even really get near them. They take off. Like they're really not aggressive except for like very few species. But yeah, no, snorkeling's way scarier.
Yeah, it seemed to me, same thing. Yeah, I didn't like being out there.
Well,
I don't like going places. This is the other thing. Like, this is why I don't like to travel. Like, this is just to me an argument against travel.
You're very, you know, I mean, that's like the stereotype of the over urbanized for too many generations neurotic Jew.
Yeah, Jewish guy. Yeah, exactly.
You know, that they're just afraid to go out of their environments. It's the Woody Allen thing. There's bugs out there and wheat germ killers.
I don't remember who said it, but the line was, I wouldn't leave New York to go to heaven. It's like, okay, well, there are people that think like that. But since we're talking about scraping the bottom of the barrel, and there is no question.
This motherfucker, I tell him I'm going to India. He goes, don't die. Thanks. Don't die.
Yeah, don't die. My God. Well,
Keaton, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Okay, you're gonna have to get out there a little bit. Okay, it's not a good example for your little people in your house.
I travel a little bit.
Somebody like the Unabomber. You know, you want to kind of make sure to get out there.
Yeah.
You don't get yourself too neurotic. You never know.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.